Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Preeti Kaur. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Myanmar President U Min Aung Hlaing to hold talks with Prime Minister Narendra Modi during maiden visit. Border, security, economic ties on the agenda. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and Australian Deputy Prime Minister Richard Marles to hold second India-Australia Defence Ministers dialogue, bilateral defence cooperation and identifying new avenues for collaboration in focus. Iran says US talks continue, though Foreign Minister Arakchi says nothing certain until deal is finalized. Israel expands operations in Lebanon. Oil prices jump as markets reopen on Monday. Polls close in Colombia presidential election. Far-right outsider Abelardo de la Espriella will face left-wing Senator Ivan Cepeda in the runoff on June 21st. India's Asian Games 2026 wrestling team finalized. World number 1 Sujit Kalkal, Aman Sehrawat and Deepak Punia make it to the list during trials held in Lucknow. Myanmar President U Min Aung Hlaing will meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi today as part of his 4-day maiden visit to India. The talks are expected to be aimed at strengthening economic cooperation, bolstering border security and enhancing regional connectivity. On Sunday, the visiting dignitary, Myanmar President U Min Aung Hlaing, will be meeting External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, during which the Indian Minister He in fact met External Affairs Minister, during which the Indian Minister appreciated his positive sentiment towards deepening long-standing bilateral cooperation. Dr. S. Jaishankar said that he looks forward to his meeting with Prime Minister Modi to advance India-Myanmar partnership for peace, progress and prosperity. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval also called on President Hlaing. The President's high-profile visit features multiple stops across India, balancing diplomatic meetings with commercial and cultural engagements. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and Australian Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Defence Richard Marles will co-chair the second India-Australia Defence Ministers dialogue in New Delhi on Monday. The dialogue will review the progress in bilateral defence cooperation and identify new avenues for collaboration. The discussions will focus on strengthening defence and security cooperation, enhancing military interoperability, industry collaboration, including co-development and co-production opportunities, and regional and global security developments of mutual interest. The meeting is expected to further strengthen bilateral defence relations, enhance strategic trust and cooperation, promote stability and security in the Indo-Pacific region, and also identify new areas of collaboration in defence and security. The visit of Richard Marles follows the inaugural dialogue held in Australia in October 2025 and reflects the growing momentum in the India-Australia Comprehensive Strategic Partnership. Earlier on October 9th last year, Marles welcomed Singh to Australia for the inaugural Australia-India Defence Ministers dialogue. The dialogue reflected unprecedented progress in the bilateral defence partnership and ministers' ambition to enhance cooperation following the 4 bilateral meetings between the ministers since the elevation of the Australia-India Comprehensive Strategic Partnership. Thousands watched at the Ganden Monastery in Mongolia as the holy relics of Lord Buddha's chief disciples were opened for public viewing on Sunday. These sacred relics were flown from the UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Sanchi Stupa in Bhopal. DD India's Tanvi Taneja reports from Ulaanbaatar.
The day the sacred relics of Lord Buddha's disciples, Arihant Sariputta and Arihant Modagalyana, landed on the airstrip in Ulaanbaatar and were ceremoniously placed inside the monastery, hundreds of people lined up outside the Ganden monastery to catch a glimpse of them on Saturday. On Sunday, when the inauguration ceremony of the relics for the public began, an unprecedented influx of devotees could be seen as far as the eye could see. Chanting by the revered Buddhist lamas, both from Mongolia and India, reverberated in the monastery as thousands prayed in silence. Also, monks from Sri Lanka, Japan, South Korea and Thailand paid homage to these holy relics. Not just this, Cardinal Giorgio Marengo of the Catholic Church, representative of the Holy See in Mongolia, extended his greetings to the Buddhist community on the occasion. Mongolian President Uknagin Kurulsek expressed deep gratitude to India for sending these sacred holy relics of Lord Buddha's chief disciples to Ulaanbaatar. Through the message read out on the occasion, he highlighted that this initiative represents the profound spiritual and cultural bonds as well as the enduring spiritual sibling relationship between the two democratic countries. It was also informed by the Education Minister that an MOU between the Nalanda University in Bihar and the Ganden Monastery in Ulaanbaatar will be signed soon.
The Sariputta and Mongoliana are an epitome of how a disciplined student and disciple should conduct himself or herself and attain the zenith of success. They come from the place of Nalanda, which was a great learning center of Buddhism. Recently, the government of India has revived this university and hundreds of scholars are studying in this prestigious university. Very soon, an MOU between the Nalanda University and the Gandan Monastery is to be signed.
Also on Sunday, an exhibition titled Vessels of Light, Iconography, Relics and Path of Dhamma was inaugurated by Assam Governor Lakshman Prasad Acharya leading the Indian delegation. Devotees were allowed for the public veneration of these relics post 2 p.m. local time.
Today in Mongolia, in this monastery, there's an exposition of holy relics from India, and today we come to see it. It's been really peaceful experience for me.
This isn't the first time the relics of Buddha's foremost disciples have travelled abroad. The holy relics of Arihant Sariputta and Arihant Modagalyana were taken to Thailand in 2024, and now their exposition in Mongolia on their Vesak day only strengthens the teachings of Buddha and the cultural and spiritual bond between India and Mongolia. Tanvi Taneja for DD India in Ulaanbaatar.
Mongolia's education minister spoke exclusively to DD India's Tanvi Taneja on how the country is incorporating the principle of compassion in its education system in line with Lord Buddha's teachings.
We are in Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia, and we've just seen a ceremonial display of Buddha's disciples' relics here at the Gandan Monastery. I have with me Education Minister of Mongolia. Tell us the significance and the profound meaning of this event for Buddhists across the world.
Mongolian people will celebrate this 1st of June and as a day of birth of the Buddha, and then also a day of enlightenment of Buddha, day of the past, they become Lord of Buddha. Okay, so this is a really spiritual and meaningful day. Okay, so then yesterday, the people of Mongolia, and we received great message from Lord of Buddha, and then also people from India, and then we received this holy relics of these two the main teachers, main students of Buddha. Okay, so it makes a lot of meaning to Mongolian people, because the one teacher is he is Lord of Wisdom, one teacher is the Lord of Resilience. Okay, so then this is not only a religious event, okay, this is also a cultural event, this is also the spiritual event.
As an education minister, would you like to tell other education ministers of different countries to incorporate these teachings of love, compassion and upholding peace and unity among the world? Would you like to say something on that?
Yeah, because the most countries now facing the challenge and how to make better curriculum to teach better citizen, and to have better the compassion, the citizen, and then people who has skill and confidence for this resilience and empathy is very important. Okay, that's why that our government, our ministry are making the transformation our national curriculum in order to put critical thinking and competence-based the skills, is including most important thing is this compassion.
So that was Education Minister of Mongolia, Lobsang Saren, who said that every kid should learn these basic values of compassion, love, and upholding unity across the world. With camera person Saurabh Shukla, Tanvi Taneja, for DD India in Ulaanbaatar.
As India advances towards the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047, the government led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi has placed strong emphasis on empowering the middle class through tax relief, employment generation, affordable housing, healthcare expansion and large-scale infrastructure development. These initiatives are aimed at boosting economic growth and expanding opportunities for India's aspirational and rapidly growing middle class. This report has the details.
As India moves towards the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047 or a developed India, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi-led government's focus on empowering the middle class through housing, infrastructure push and employment generation has emerged as a key pillar of economic transformation. The key initiatives benefiting the middle class include tax reforms. This is in the form of revised tax slabs, increased deductions, and the removal of the angel tax. Under the new tax regime, there is no income tax payable up to Rs 12 lakh annual income. With an outlay of nearly Rs 1 lakh crore, the Pradhan Mantri Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana aims to support creation of over 3.5 crore jobs. The scheme provides incentive of up to Rs 15,000 in 2 installments to newly employed youth and up to 3,000 per month per new employee to employers for creation of new job opportunities. The benefits of the scheme are applicable to jobs created between 1st August 2025 and 31st July 2027. To boost industrial development, the government has approved the creation of 12 new industrial nodes and cities under the National Industrial Corridor Development Program with an estimated investment of Rs 28,602 crore. These industrial nodes are expected to significantly enhance India's manufacturing capacity and establish a strong network of industrial hubs across the country. According to official data, the Modi government facilitated the creation of over 17.19 crore or 177.9 million jobs across sectors between 2014 and 2024. In 2024, the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana was expanded to include all those aged 70 years and above, irrespective of income. When it comes to housing reforms, the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban 2.0 initiative aims to provide financial assistance to 1 crore urban poor and middle-class families, facilitating the construction, purchase or rental of affordable housing in urban areas. During PM Modi's tenure, over 25 crore Indians have transitioned out of poverty, joining the rapidly growing neo-middle class.
देश में एक नियो मिडिल क्लास तैयार हुआ है। ये इसलिए हुआ है क्योंकि बीते वर्षों में भारत के गरीब परिवारों के जीवन स्तर में निरंतर सुधार हुआ है।
Backed by sustained government reforms and welfare initiatives, India's growing middle class has been among the key forces driving the country's economic growth, rising aspirations, and future development.
Prime Minister's Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi or PM Swanidhi scheme completes 6 years today. Launched in June 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic, the scheme was designed to provide financial assistance to street vendors. Over the years, it has become a key initiative promoting financial inclusion, self-employment and economic resilience among millions of vendors across the country. We get to a report.
Introduced by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, the PM Swanidhi scheme offered much needed support to street vendors during one of the most challenging periods in recent history. Through collateral-free working capital loans, the scheme enabled vendors to restart their businesses and regain financial stability after the pandemic-induced slowdown. Under the initiative, eligible street vendors can avail an initial working capital loan of up to 10,000 rupees. Beneficiaries who repay their loans on time become eligible for larger loans in subsequent cycles. The scheme also provides interest, subsidies, and rewards digital transaction through cashback incentives, encouraging greater use of digital payment platforms. Over the last 6 years, the scheme has positively impacted the lives of millions of street vendors in cities and towns across India. Whether vegetable sellers, tea stall operators, fruit vendors, or hawkers, beneficiaries have received crucial financial support that helped strengthen their businesses and improve their earnings. Beyond financial assistance, PM Swanidhi has played a significant role in integrating street vendors into the formal financial ecosystem. Many beneficiaries have opened bank accounts, embraced digital payment systems, and built credit histories, creating opportunities for greater financial security and future growth. As PM Swanidhi completes 6 years, it continues to serve as a powerful instrument of economic empowerment and social inclusion. By extending financial support and promoting digital participation, the scheme has helped millions of street vendors move towards greater self reliance and contribute to the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Kriti Vadera's report for DD India.
Sky watchers across India were treated to a rare celestial spectacle on Sunday evening as the much anticipated blue moon illuminated the night sky. Despite its name, the moon did not appear blue in color. Rather, the term refers to the occurrence of a second full moon within a single calendar month, a phenomena that happens only once every 2 to 3 years. The celestial spectacle was the first calendar blue moon since August 2023, making it a special sight for astronomy enthusiasts. Earlier in March, sky watchers across the country witnessed a lunar eclipse, turning the full moon into a darker orb. You're watching DD India Live. We're heading for a short break, but after the break, blast in Tang National Liberation Army held region in Myanmar claims 55 lives. Virat Kohli's unbeaten 75 shines through as Royal Challengers Bengaluru crowned the IPL Champions 2026. Vietnam's Da Nang International Fireworks Festival amuses all with striking display of color, music and innovation.
Jharkhand will mesmerize you with majestic nature, rich heritage and colorful culture.
Johar. It fits perfectly.
Thank you.
Full workout हो गया.
Ready?
Postcards from Jharkhand on National Geographic.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching DD India Live. Let's get you updates from the US-Iran war. Iran's chief negotiator warned on Sunday that the United States was not to be trusted, saying Tehran would not agree to any deal with Washington unless it fully secured Iranian rights. Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf's remarks came as reports emerged that US President Donald Trump had sent a tougher peace proposal back to Iran and underlined the rift that the parties still need to close. Iran has said it needs the release of $12 billion in frozen assets before engaging in substantive talks on its nuclear program, dismissing earlier Trump's comments that its enriched uranium stockpile would be destroyed as baseless. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi meanwhile said that until a clear conclusion is reached, everything that is being said now is speculation. Meanwhile, Trump has said that his priorities include stopping Iran from developing any nuclear weapon and reopening the Hormuz shipping lane, which Iran has blockaded since the war began. The Israeli troops have seized 900-year-old Beaufort Castle as a strategic ridge in southern Lebanon on Sunday. The advance into Beaufort Castle has granted Israeli troops advantage point over much of southern Lebanon and northern Israel. It was the first time Israel had held the site since May 2000, when Israel withdrew its troops from southern Lebanon after 18 years. Defense Minister Katz said soldiers will retain Beaufort as part of Israel's security zone in southern Lebanon. Meanwhile, the UN Security Council will hold an emergency meeting on Monday on the widening Israeli offensive following its capture of the strategic medieval castle of Beaufort. Earlier on Sunday, an Israeli strike on Deir Zarani in southern Lebanon killed 8 people, including 3 women, while the Israeli army said that the Israeli Air Force intercepted 2 projectiles launched from Lebanon towards Israeli territory. Tehran has insisted that any peace deal include Lebanon, where fierce fighting continues, with Beirut accusing Israel of pursuing a scorched earth policy. Meanwhile, Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has ordered troops to move further into Lebanon despite a ceasefire announced more than 6 weeks ago. Oil prices rose on Monday following weekend reports that the United States had hardened its negotiating terms with Iran to end the Iran war. U.S. benchmark West Texas Intermediate gained 2.5% to $89.6 a barrel. Meanwhile, Brent crude has been trading around $93.16 a barrel, a rise of about 2.2% from Friday's close. The increase follows a week where crude prices dropped over 11% amid hopes that an imminent peace agreement would lead to the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. Colombia's presidential race will head to a second round after no candidate reached the majority required to win outright. Hard right candidate Abelardo de la Espriella emerged as the unlikely vote leader on Sunday, gaining some 44% of the votes and beating the leftist Senator Ivan Cepeda, who received just under 41% of the votes. Espriella will face Cepeda in the runoff for Colombia's presidential election next month. Neither of the candidates breached the 50% threshold needed to avoid a head-to-head matchup on June 21st. Colombian right-wing presidential candidate Paloma Valencia also casted her vote in the country's first round of presidential election. After casting her ballot, Valencia said that her campaign stood for honesty and hard work and rejected what she called snowboating politics and alliances with criminals. A lawyer and philosopher, Valencia is seeking to become Colombia's first female president. In Myanmar, the death toll from the blast in the Kaung That village has reportedly risen to 55. The Taang National Liberation Army, which is currently in a ceasefire with the Myanmar military and controls the village, said the blast was caused by accidental detonation of mining explosives. The rebel army, however, has not mentioned the number of fatalities so far, while reports say dozens more were wounded. The explosion, which took place around 5:30 GMT on Sunday, is being investigated, and TNLA said that anyone found responsible would be held accountable. It added that relief, healthcare and rehabilitation for the families affected by the blast would be provided as soon as possible. Experienced campaigner and Asian Games silver medalist Deepak Punia underlined his class with a commanding performance at the selection trials as the Wrestling Federation of India finalized a strong men's squad for the 2026 Asian Games at Sports Authority of India Centre in Lucknow on Sunday. Joining him in the Indian contingent are world number 1 Sujit Kalkal, Olympic bronze medalist Aman Sehrawat and 2023 Asian Games bronze medalist Sunil Kumar. And in IPL, Virat Kohli's unbeaten 75 helped Royal Challengers Bengaluru to a 5-wicket win over Gujarat Titans in the finals. RCB secured back-to-back titles and became only the third team to defend their IPL title after Chennai Super Kings and Mumbai Indians. RCB restricted Gujarat to 155 for 8 in 20 overs. Washington Sundar was the top scorer for Gujarat Titans with not 50 runs not out. RCB chased down the target with 12 balls to spare. Virat Kohli remained not out at 75. His 42-ball innings featured 9 fours and 3 sixes. This is RCB's second IPL title, having won for the first time in 18 years in 2025. In Vietnam, the Da Nang International Fireworks Festival 2026 has officially begun along the Han River, lighting up the night sky with a spectacular display of color, music and innovation. This year's fireworks festival promises a dramatic season with the participation of 10 competing teams from around the world. That's it in this edition of DD India Live, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those of you on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. This app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. You can download the respective QR codes. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Preeti Kaur signing off, and from all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.